She embodied the sex appeal and ambition of the 1980s. With her Oscar nomination for Working Girl, 1988, Melanie Griffith was America's sweetheart, a dizzying blend of vulnerability and steel. Yet beneath the blonde ambition, a lifetime of chaos brewed. She was Hollywood royalty, but her story was a cycle of addiction, turbulent marriages, and public scrutiny. But the truth was far darker than anyone imagined. What demons stalked her from childhood? What happened next shocked everyone. Melanie Griffith was born into the heart of the industry in 1957. Her mother was the iconic actress Tippi Hedren, star of Hitchcock's The Birds. Her childhood was anything but typical. Her mother's pet lion, Neil, often roamed their California home. Instability was her first language. At just 14, she began dating Don Johnson, who was 22, setting the stage for decades of dramatic, repeating relationships and personal crises. Raised on film sets and in Hollywood's fast lane, Melanie was thrust into adulthood without the grounding required to survive it. Melanie's career exploded in the mid-1980s, with Body Double 1984 and Something Wild 1986. She achieved critical and commercial peak with Working Girl 1988, a Golden Globe win, and an Oscar nod. But her personal life was a relentless drama, mirroring the intensity of her films. Her marriages to Don Johnson were bookends to her instability. First a brief union in 1976, then a high-profile remarriage in 1989. Simultaneously, her battles with substance abuse intensified. The pressures of fame, coupled with deep-seated childhood trauma, fueled her dependency. She struggled to maintain sobriety, while her career demanded constant high-stakes performance. In the late 1980s, she famously collapsed and entered rehab, a public admission of the private war raging within. The constant turbulence seemed woven into her identity. Could she ever escape the cycle of self-destruction she learned as a child? The peak dramatic moment was her whirlwind, passionate, and ultimately tumultuous marriage to Spanish superstar Antonio Banderas in 1996. This was supposed to be her stable, international chapter. For nearly 2 decades, they were Hollywood's ultimate power couple. The shock came when they announced their divorce in 2014. This breakup, after nearly 18 years, was a profound turning point. It signaled the end of her last major public relationship and forced her to face herself, alone. The revelation was simple but devastating. The woman who had sought security through serial, intense marriages, often returning to the past, was finally facing an uncertain future. The marriage had provided a shield. Now that protection was gone, leaving her exposed to the long-term effects of her struggles, including repeated facial surgeries and a reputation for being perpetually fragile. After the Banderas divorce, Melanie Griffith embraced a quieter, more reflective life. She continued her fight for sobriety, publicly advocating for mental health. Her focus shifted to her children, particularly her youngest daughter, Dakota Johnson, who became a major star in her own right. Melanie's career shifted toward guest roles and television, stepping back from the intense spotlight that had nearly consumed her. Her story is a poignant testament to the enduring difficulty of sustaining a normal life amidst extraordinary fame and childhood wounds. She survived Hollywood, but it did not leave her unscathed.